switching from Pope to Brook. What's the thinking, the reasoning, and why now?
I think now's the right time. It's just pretty simple, really. We think he's the best person for the job. He's had more experience now in leadership. And, I think that Harry Brook deserves it, really, for the way that he's done it. And there's no really other ulterior motives at all, other than the fact that we think Harry Brook's the best person to be the best vice-captain.
Where does it leave Ollie Pope? Some people might take from that decision that his position at 3 is less secure. Is that true?
No, I don't think there's not like an elaborate scheme that, if we take the vice captaincy off Ollie Pope, it makes him easier to drop. It doesn't matter really if you're vice captain or not, like if we don't feel you're the right person, wherever you're batting, whether that's an opener, a number 5, wherever, we'll end up bringing in someone that we think can do the job better. So at the moment, Ollie Pope's the man in possession. And, there's a white ball series that Jacob Bethel's playing, things like that. And I know there's not a lot of cricket, but it's still a long way to go. And you sort of never get all the tours we've done. You never make your decisions too early because you never know what might happen. Thing happened with Harry Brook when he missed India, so we tend to leave the decisions as late as possible.
So Pope won't definitely start at 3 in Perth then?
Pope won't definitely. Pope at the moment is the man in possession, and we'll find out what that 11 will be probably 2 days before.
And Will Jackson's inclusion ahead of Rayan Ahmed or Liam Dawson surprised a few people. What's the thinking there?
I think where we're going, conditions. We had a very different makeup to a side when we went to India and the subcontinent. I think for what we've got coming up out there, we think Will Jacks offers a lot of different options. He can come in and do a number of roles, really, and that's why we've gone for Will Jacks. The nature of spin out there as well. And I think probably, Rayan Ahmed's had a brilliant year with the bat. He's had a really good few games with the ball, but he hasn't bowled a lot for Leicester. And I know that it's not binary. Some people haven't bowled at all for their county if it was Shoaib Bashir. But, being the sole spinner is not something that Rayan Ahmed's done yet. So we just feel that this is the best way to go. The other point is that, as much as it's a squad of 16, the Lions will mirror that as well, and Rayan Ahmed will be on that Lions strip. So if conditions are different to what we expect, then there is a chance for Rayan Ahmed to get across to our setup pretty quickly. So in this regard, we feel we've got every base covered.
Given those conditions, is it possible that you don't play a specialist spinner, particularly maybe in Perth?
Yeah, absolutely. Not just Perth. We'll assess it on the time. We don't know what might happen. Australia, we might get there and they feel that they'll back Nathan Lyon and try and produce pitches that turn. Now, that's unlikely. But yeah, we're sort of open to doing anything, really. You get there, have a look at the surface, have a look at conditions, have a look at the history of what's been happening as well, or the recent history, and try and pick the best 11 possible.
And how excited are you by the prospect of having Archer and Wood finally, potentially, hopefully, bowling together in Perth?
Yeah, I think I'm probably more excited than anyone else who's got to face them, really. So, look, fingers crossed. We've worked so hard to get to this point. It's the last little step now. So we get this bit right, and then hopefully we've got every option available to us going into that first test match at Perth.